Record.
Bye. Okay. Welcome everybody to the group. Thank you for coming. I know I just want to touch base and make sure everyone had received the ordinance-based presentation before we begin. Did anybody have any questions or concerns in regards to that before we start?
I'm gonna reach under you and get my drink, sorry.
That's all right. Whatever you need to do to get comfortable.
You can put it in here.
You're very welcome. Okay, so welcome guys. So we are gonna start off with, a solution focused question phase. So how I want you guys to do it is, Kayla will start and then, we will follow down the line. So we have the list. Does everyone have the sheet in front of them that they were given?
Yep.
All right, so Kayla, if you would like to start with the questions, for Jordan.
What are your best hopes for this consultation?
My best hopes for this would be to have, come up with several different ideas, as to how I could best serve, the student I work with, in our one-on-one interactions, and maybe possibly even trying to give him some direction for how he interacts with other people outside of the school environment.
What are your best hopes for this person's family situation?
Best hopes, I think, would be for him to develop different coping strategies, mechanisms for him. Also, he can possibly develop better understanding about relationships, whether it be romantic or platonic. Yeah, I think that'll be it. Just what's coming to my mind right now.
Suppose that those best hopes are realized, what will be different?
I think this student will be able to manage emotions during a crisis. Let's see, manage emotions during a crisis. Have better relationships. Being able to maintain a productive day while in school.
What else?
I would say have less instances where this individual has less instances of self-harm, even threatening other students.
What will the client notice?
I actually think that would be a little difficult. Oh, let's say difficult. Student is very young. I think that sometimes when you're this age, that be a little bit difficult to understand or even notice things that's happening.
Before Demetria continues on with the questions, can you just elaborate more on that?
Sorry, could you repeat that the last question?
What will the client notice
Um,
that's different?
You're mentioning change, but in what ways?
Change, less instances of ECMC, less bad interactions with other students. Be able to notice better ways of maintaining healthy relationships and possibly understanding boundaries.
I think that's great.
What will others involved notice with the best hopes for families?
Immediately what comes to my mind is family members closest to the student. I think they will see dramatic changes. They have been trying to help this student for quite a while, way longer than my interactions with the student.
So on a scale of from 1 to 10, where 10 stands for meeting this goal and 1 stands for the opposite of that, where are you now?
Probably 4. Somewhere between, I'll say
What tells you that you are at a 4?
my interactions in session, and also the instances that I hear about that I'm not involved with day to day.
How do you know you are not one number lower?
I would say that I'm not one number lower by the student has doesn't necessarily have bad feelings towards me in sessions. The student shows some willingness to work with me.
So on this scale from 1 to 10, where do you want?
Maybe at least a
Before we move on, if I could just say something, I just wanted to touch base, or touch on the fact that you're saying you're at 4. So I know that your desired outcome for this group would be to, you know, ways to break this barrier with this client, but I just wanted to find out that you didn't say a 1, you did say a 4. So I think, you know, you are heading down the right direction and you are, you know, doing what you're supposed to be doing, because it could be a 1. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What will be different one step higher on the scale? So out of 4, 5.
I would say our one-on-one sessions would become. I would see a better flow to our sessions. Whether it be me or the student, well, I would say for more of myself, I think something I would notice that would make it more like a 5, would be getting more than 1 to a few words out of, in a sentence from the student. Just better communication, I would say.
What are you already doing that is on track?
I would say that I would say that I changed my approach instead of trying to have or thinking that simple icebreakers may improve our communication. I've tried doing more activities and sessions, things to, I would say, activities that would allow students to speak more instead of having simple responses or getting better at open-ended questions.
How are you being trauma informed?
So I would say prior to meeting this student, I knew of several instances where the student had to be admitted into ECMC CPEP. So I came into our sessions immediately knowing that and tried not to. I would say I tried to understand that this student is experiencing suicidal thoughts, homicidal thoughts, and that knowing that try to steer our conversations to things that the student at least likes or is interested in at the beginning.
What else are you doing that is on track?
I will say asking for help from my supervisor, but fellow interns. I think pulling from different people as to how I could best approach the situation is a step in the right direction. Have I found the best solution yet? Maybe not, but I think still at least trying to come up with a solution is a good step.
What is the client already doing that is on track?
Student is at least allowing people who want to help, try to help. Does not turn down the opportunity to meet with either myself or my supervisor, or does not turn down visits from help that is outside of school.
What else is the client doing that is on track?
Recently, the student actually sought out help instead of waiting for it. Got an evaluation done at I forget the name of the Hinsdale facility, but went to go for an assessment because the student felt that it was necessary.
What else is the client doing that is on track? I'm sorry. What is the next small step?
The next small step, I would say the next small step would be
Could I interrupt and maybe suggest something?
yes.
So I know we had mentioned that sometimes it's even hard to get him to show up once a week and you guys are supposed to do twice a week. So maybe the next small step could be um, you get him in twice.
Yes, that would help a lot.
Also, I'm very sorry, we can continue on, I just need to grab my charger for my computer, so.
So, how would your next school step be helpful?
From that suggestion, I think it would develop a better rapport, especially with kids at these ages. I think consistency helps a lot. It is a struggle to try to be on a consistent basis, but that would be the most obvious step at improving our sessions.
Is there anything else that you want to share about this case?
Just that it's been, I would say out of all of my students that I meet with, this one is most true, most difficult. I struggle a lot with feeling like if I'm the right person for this.
So, well, thank you guys for that. That concludes the first portion of the solution focused question. Before we move on to the next phase, Jordan, is there anything else that you wanted to get from us and feedback before we move on?
No,
All right. So now we're going to the wonderment phase. Jordan, if I could just ask you to turn face the corner. So we can, continue on. We don't want to look at you. Just kidding. Okay, so if I can just explain this part, so what we're gonna do is, we will enter into our wonderment phase, and we will just, wonder what we can do, or what Jordan can do, or wonder anything about the situation. So there's no particular order, you guys can just say it as it comes. And Jordan, I want you to listen and take in everything that I want to say.
I wonder if the student has difficulties with males. It was presented that he has a father that's absent, and now he has another male to report to. But he has a involved grandmother, so I wonder if it's a paternal male.
I wonder if the client has ever been like in an inpatient setting before, other than CPAP, like a longer term one.
I wonder, what's happened that, he's in the living situation that he's in, that his grandmother has custody, and we don't know his mom, what's going on, his dad. Most worst, but
To branch off Kristen, I wonder, more about the situation myself. I wonder what had unfolded to where, the mother had lost custody. And also just what more information on, I guess I wonder how the environment was.
I wonder if the client has ever shared or if Jordan has asked about his stays at CPAP, because I know I have experienced a lot of clients with a lot of trauma surrounding stays at CPAP.
I wonder if he has ever been asked his preference for time, environment, or what does he prefer to make him comfortable if he's running away from these encounters due to he doesn't like going to school, so meeting him at school is not really, you're not gonna get the best explanation or opportunities to really talk to him. If his school attendance is an issue, then speaking to him at school for any additional resources may be a barrier, is a barrier. So trying to find some flexibility and preference for the client.
I wonder what the school's doing, like in terms of the ratio, like the classroom ratio. I know like in public schools, there are certain steps you can take before, the kid is expelled or something, in terms of like putting them in a smaller classroom and then an even smaller classroom, so they have that, more one-on-one attention. I don't know what that looks like in a charter school. I don't know if it's different, so I'm wondering what the school has done to try and foster a productive and learning environment for him.
I wonder what like phase of change the client is in.
I also wonder too, what's he thinking? Where's he at? Because we are offering, or Jordan is offering the help. So I just wonder where he's at, and I wonder what he would like to be the outcome out of these sessions.
I wonder how Jordan does it, cause 14-year-old boys, that's a, that's a trip and a half.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Does anyone else have any? All right, Jordan, if I could ask you to climb back around. How are you feeling after hearing all of that?
Feel very good about some of the questions that were asked. I feel you brought it up about the environment, so just, I think, just in general, I think there's been some thoughts from other kids about like, just some of them just do not like being in school. Some of them have even tried to ask for like alternative education, whether it be at home, but this is a school that prides itself on producing how kids who go to college and just high graduation rates. And I think that sometimes they don't take the time out to do like that assessment as it for whether or not the kid is actually meant to be in that type of environment. I also thought, I didn't think about whether or not if there was some hesitancy about me being a man. I thought that was an interesting take. I didn't actually think about that at all. So some of those things brought up, I think I'll have some time to sit with and actually how best I can go about meeting with them in the future.
That's great, awesome. I'd love to hear that. I'm glad you're getting that out of this. Does anybody have any compliments for Jordan?
Jordan, I appreciate you, your efforts and dedication to still show up, and not give up. I know how easy it is to say, next, or what, this is not working. But to continue to show up and to try, just shows the change, you're willing to do to assist them.
I appreciate how open you were with how you're feeling about working with this client and how difficult it can be. I think it's nice to hear you be honest about how it is going for you.
I think it's really great too, because it's probably so easy to, if someone's not engaging, to kind of not put so much effort into that person at times. Not that we're meaning to do that, but sometimes it can, okay, well, if they don't help, I guess, put more focus on someone else. But that's not the case with you, because you are still focused on him, regardless of him being cooperative or not. So I appreciate that in your willingness as well.
I really think it's I think it's really cool that you are, it was 2 parts, but I forgot the first one.
Take your time.
But the second one was that, that, you like, you're very humble in the situation in the sense that like, he may have an issue with men, and that may be something that he has to work on, one-on-one with, a mental health professional or something like that. And so like, you're willing to say like, I want to try something different. I want to work with this kid, I want to help him. But I am a barrier just by, being who I am, and he has to work through certain things to be able to work with men. Like, I'm willing to take a back seat so that he can, work on that. I think that's really cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for that. So now we're just gonna debrief and conclude our group for today. So I guess I kind of already touched base on this with you already, like how was this for you? And you had mentioned that you never thought that maybe it's because you're a male. So now that you have that, and I know you said that you would think about it, but do you have any ideas as to how you're gonna I guess format your session next time? in regards to having that in your head?
Well, I tried a little bit of confrontation before, just simply like asking, what do you want from me? Still didn't get much out of it. It's very, I don't know, I'm not sure. Frequent thing, like, says things like that. So I guess I just have to continue to push through. It's, so far I've had success with all the kids I have with getting past, those barriers, but this one's great. So I think for right now, just simply keep doing the work. Just keep trying to improve on our relationship. And seeing if I can actually get to stick to like 2 times a week. It's tough in a high school environment, especially when kids early or they just don't show up, but I think that would help a lot.
And I just want to turn it to the group, you know, what worked for all of you today? Do you guys have any thoughts or?
Liked how, today we engaged with, talking about external factors, that surrounding the client, that may, you know, cause some barriers as well. So being able to identify things such as the environment, the characteristics of who's providing services. I think that was actually, you know, digging a little bit deeper versus, you know, just focusing on the client, what is happening around the client. So uncontrollable factors, especially the environment. Sometimes we forget that.
Absolutely.
I think, you stepping in to clarify something was helpful too.
Thank you. Do you have anything? That's okay. You don't
Good
have
job,
to.
everyone.
That's all right, you don't have to. So I know I just turned it to the group, but does anybody else have anything before we dismiss for today?
Great job.
Well, thank you guys for coming. Much appreciated.
Little stop.